and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today we're going to be working on getting the glitter part of our graveyard completed. So what we're going to do is I want to do some glitter on the wired fences that go around, as well as do glitter on the sign that I created for it this year. So we have a black bat, a black cat, and a black spider, and a black crow. And I may just accentuate them by, hitting a couple of the crow's feathers and getting the beak and putting an eye in it. The jack-o'-lantern we'll do in orange. The spider, I think I'm just going to accentuate the spider web itself and not the actual spider. We'll then put eyes on the bat. We'll do the whiskers of the cat. We'll also put in whiskers on this side, as well as do the eyeballs and maybe their paws. And then we'll just kind of fill around in this. And then I am going to write... I don't know what I'm going to write here, so I'm going to leave that open. I'm actually going to write it with a paint pen, so that's not something we're going to glitter anyhow. So, and then on these wire fences, I just want to accentuate the top parts, and then this fun little part down in here. I do see that there's a piece still of paper in there, so let's get that out. It just takes a little tweezers and go in and pop it out just like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today, is just getting the graveyard ready to be put together tomorrow. We finished up the... we finished the coffin that we started yesterday with all the glitter, and then we went ahead and glittered up our coffin wreath and our Danger Do Not Open spider web coffin that we did. So we got those all ready to go. Those are now drying and they're ready to be hung once they're dry, right? Those are ready to set out. We'll do some more glitter work on our hats. I will have to cut those pieces and still put them in. So what we're going to do, get started today, is I kind of want to start on our spider web over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these over here for now so that I can move this so that we can see what I'm actually working on. So I'm just going to be doing some white glitter. So it's a nice clear white glitter, right? It kind of makes that shininess of a spider web. And I don't want a thick coat on it. So I'm dragging the tip with me so that I get a thinner coat, right? It looks thinner, it looks nicer, and I just like how the look of it looks. And so we're going to spiderweb this one out. We're going to spiderweb this one out. And spiderweb up this one out. And then we can come down from the top, right? And then here we go, all the way down, all the way down. When you restart, make sure you don't put that bubble there, and if you do, just grab it and take it with you. Okay, so there's our spider web is done. And I found a new, which one was it that I found? Is it this one? Yes. I found this new sunflower. So it's kind of a goldish looking thing. Yellow. And I wanted to try it on the actual villagey here. So we're just going to pull it along here. and we'll just get started. So yeah, it's a nice, pretty bright gold almost. See how pretty that's turning out? And it's only just to accentuate all the ironwork, right? That's been done on this fence. And I'm going to outline the fence with a gold line all the way across. Right here. And then we'll take it across to the other side. And this is where, I just put my hand in the spider web. So you have to be really careful when you're using glitter and not getting your hand into what you've already done. Unfortunately, it was a full cover, so it's not going to make that big of a difference. So typically, I don't know why I started with the spider web first, which is an odd thing for me in the first place, because normally I would do the top down, which is what we're doing now. So we are going to turn it a little bit. And that's the thing about doing glitter, is don't feel bad if you put your hand through something, because you know what, even if you put your hand through something, you can come back and fix it. That's the nice thing about it. You want to kind of keep it clean, so the least amount of time you put and you have to redo it, the better off you are. Unless you're me, who forgets things from time to time and has to be reminded to do different things. It just comes with the territory. So sometimes I have to remind myself over and over again not to touch the glitter. I'm a glitter fan, so I love touching glitter. I need a new wipe. Let me pull a new hand wipe out. We can't be without a handy wipe. Isn't that the one I was just using? Nope. The one I was using dropped to the floor. We should just keep it over here where we can get to it, right? Quick and easy. There we go. I was going to wipe off the tip. So sometimes just wiping off the tip of your glitter bottle really helps your, keeps it from getting stuck. Now these all sit upside down in their cases. So normally they're covered. I'm not too concerned, and they hang up. They sit upside down so that they don't clog. And I want to be really careful across here because I want to make sure that we pull a straight line. There we go. And this just goes down into here. So we'll continue the line. And let's just continue it up this way and down here. So basically all I'm doing is outlining the ironwork. So wherever you see a cutout is where I'm going to go around it and accentuate it. So it's pretty simple. It's just a matter of taking the time and being patient with your work, being patient with yourself, and letting yourself know that it's okay to spend your time, a little extra time, perfecting your art, right? Because what's art anyways? Art is just a frame of mind of what somebody else is thinking at the time, right? So if you've got somebody else, they've put together this fantastic, they've taken the time to create this design that we choose to cut out, right? They chose to take the time to do that for us. So what can we do? We can take the time to really make it our own. And that's really what it's all about, is what can we do to make this all our own, right? And that's where coming in and doing different ways of adding design to something, you know, and add your touch to something. It's nice to be able to add your touch to something, right? I love adding my touch to something and making it beautiful and making it mine, right? Because that's what my goal is in life, is to make beautiful work of art that people can enjoy, right? So can I do something that people are going to enjoy? Oh, of course I can. And that's the whole thing. You have to believe in yourself. Know in yourself that what you're doing makes you happy. You know, because in the end of the great scheme of life, if you look at it, we're only here on this earth for a short time, right? So if we're only on this earth a short time, we need to take our time and enjoy it, right? So when you're creating, you should not feel guilty. Okay, we have things in regular life we have to do, right? And maybe some people are lucky enough to be able to be artists in the real world, and this is their life. You know, this is what they do. And now that I'm disabled and I'm unable to work, this is what I do. I craft, I create. You know, so I took something where I wasn't able to do anything, right, physically, and I turned it into something that I may not always be able to do. I may not be able to put a video out every day, but I work really hard to ensure that I get a video out as often as possible for you, our subscribers. It is Monday. I'm going to start today by sharing out our videos and getting people excited, and let's see if we can bring up our subscribership some. So I'm going to be advertising on YouTube, and well, not YouTube, obviously I post to YouTube every day, but I'll probably be doing an Instagram campaign where it will feed off and go over to Facebook. So it will be an Instagram, Facebook kind of grab and go, kind of everybody come join us, let's have some fun, that kind of thing. So I'm going to be doing that. I've kind of been waiting to do it until I really got some things set up the way I wanted them. I appreciate all the subscribers that came and have helped me make what I've already made. Being able to get enough videos on here so that when people come along, they don't just see 1 or 2 videos from me. There's plenty of videos to find, right? And that's really the goal, is to find something that we can all enjoy and share, right? If nobody else watches my videos, so nobody else watches my videos. I do it because I enjoy it, and I hope someday that people will watch them, but if they don't, it is what it is, right? Because this is for me to share my artwork with the world. I might not be a artist by trade, but I am an artist at heart, and that's what counts to me. I can draw, I can do all kinds of artwork, right? I do cross stitch, I do what else do I do? I got a new cross stitch. I had been saving up my points on my credit card, and I was able to save up enough to get a lap desk for, or not a lap desk, but a lap, what are they called? It's a lap stand for my crochet, so that I can crochet sitting in my chair and not have to hold on to the actual, I wanted that off. I don't know if it really is supposed to come off, but it didn't look right. And it actually looks like it was supposed to. So let's just clean that up. This little bit. There we go. And we'll clean the rest of it up by putting the glitter around it. And so it's a lap stand that I won't have to hold my cross stitch, which has been hurting my hands. So I used the points to get one of those to save my hands. And then, because the doctor wants me to do things to keep my hands and my hand motion working. My arm motion, my hand, because the hands are the most important things in what I do in life, whether it be crafting, art, or even just watching TV, you know, crocheting. I do so many things that I don't want to lose, right? I don't want to lose the ability to craft. And if I don't keep my hands moving and doing things, I will lose that ability. So therefore, this channel helps me a lot, right? Okay, so now we've got to do something to accentuate our spider, our crow, our pumpkin, and our cat, right? Because right now they just kind of stand back, right? You can't really see them. They don't really pop out at you and say, hey, look at me, right? Because the rest of the sign does. These are just wood pillars, so I'm going to do them in what I have called cinnamon. So I'm just going to put and do my wood pillars. Oh my Lord, look at that. That looks awful. Let me get my tip. Okay, this one might be stuck. Hold on. Yeah, let me pull the other one out. I have a second cinnamon in here. I'll clear this one out at a later time. Cinnamon. That's right here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, I have a brand new one. Here we go. Okay. This is brand new, out of the box. Doesn't look like it, but oh, maybe it has been used. Okay, maybe it has been used. Okay, but it's nice and easy to come out. So let's just do a nice pull down here along the edge of our post. We're not going to fill it in. We're just doing it to outline it, basically. And yes, I don't like it when they puff back at me like that. But I let the puff go onto the plastic and not stay on the paper. So when I move it, that puff will not be showing on my paper. Okay, so when I move this to the side, that puff is gone, right? And that's just what we want to happen. So let's do this and take it down this side. And that puff is just an air piece, a little bit of air flowing, right? It's just air in your bottle, just an air bubble. And so you just have to be careful and not see the air bubble. So I'm going slowly down there we go. And I know it's probably boring watching me do this, but I really kind of want to show you guys how it is that how I chose, and how going through this is it's a learning kind of curve that I had to go through when I did it. And when I started, I spent many, many hours watching videos on YouTube for silhouette, learning new tips and tricks. And I've learned a lot of tricks along the way from various people. I am leaving the cat in front of the post and not behind the post. So we're just going to take it down this side. And we want to get right next to the sunflower, but not cover it up. Okay. And that bat is behind, but not the cat. So there we go. So now we have our wood done, right? So we got the wood done. Let's accentuate our crow, and we're going to put some of this yellow on his beak. Right? And then we're going to give him some beady copper eyes, right? Give him a copper eyeball. Maybe, maybe, maybe. Okay, I might have to get a pen to pop some of these open. Okay, let's go to a different color. Some of these have been in there, some don't have a whole lot left, so I have used a lot of these in the past. Let's give him, oh, look at this pretty cream. Let's give him this lime green. Lime green for an eyeball. How about lime green for an eyeball? Okay, every single one of them I'm trying to use is stopped up. Why is that? Okay, I just had to clean out the... I might have to just do that with the other ones. So give him a nice eyeball. Alright, we'll try that with the copper when we get to it. Okay, so now we've done that. And I just want to give him some blue feathers in the back, and it's only the tail feathers are going to be blue because the rest of the crow is black, right? So we just want to accentuate the tail feathers and the legs, and then we'll leave the rest of the crow black. It pops it out because now we've put something to it, right? We've made something out of nothing. So now we're going to make some beady cool mint eyes for our bat. Right, that's all we need for the bat. We're also going to put it for eyes for the spider as well. And I think I'm going to make my spider copper. Okay, and I'm going to do my trick again. I'm going to try this. So what I did is I basically took the pointy of my tweezers and kind of just pushed in there a little bit, kind of getting the glue to move a little bit, and I'm hoping that'll work over here. There we go. Okay, I popped it out. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do the legs of our spider. I'm watching where my arms are, and I'm just going to accentuate the spider legs, right? Because I don't want to do the whole spider. I just want to accentuate. I know some people are going to ask, well, why didn't you do the whole animal? Well, for one thing, I just want to accentuate parts of the characters that are on our fence. I don't necessarily want to make a big deal about them, right? I just want them to be enough to accentuate and pop off the page a little bit, right? That's all we're trying to get. And now we're going to take, I have 2 oranges here, and I think on this one I'm going to use the tropical tangerine, just because I want more of those tropical colors in. Because I am a tropical person. I live in Florida. I love the tropics. I'm trying to get this picked up carefully. There we go. So right now I have glitter on a lot of it, so I have to be very careful when I pick up and move, right? Once we get the pumpkin done, we'll finish up our black cat real quick. And we'll be off to the races. See, and that's why I wanted this one just to be a little bit different than just plain pink, because I want it to go with everything that I'm putting on my fence. So I kind of want it to have a nice creepy kind of glow in the dark kind of look, right? And I'm just kind of going around the eyes and the nose and the mouth. And the nose was kind of funky, but we got through it. Okay, and let's get the last of this little bit on here. And yeah, it's just, it takes time and patience. Doesn't that look cool? So now we're just going to put some, and I'm trying to find a way to turn this to where I can get to the cat nicely without messing up all of the good work that we've put in so far. So I'm just going to have these green freaky eyes coming out of this cat. Oops. They're just creepy enough, right? There. Green eyes for the cat. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take our cinnamon again, and we're going to do our whiskers. Okay, so we got the whiskers there. And now we're just going to put in 3 whiskers over here. There we go. And then let's do the tail. I want to cover the tail so that that's the only thing we're going to accentuate in this cat. So there. So see, you don't have to do it all to make it beautiful, right? You can do a little simplistic and just outline, right? So this piece is done. I'm back. I let our sign dry, and I went ahead and got us all of our fences all glittered up so that they would all be dry for us to be able to use. And same with our letters on the and stuff on the tombstone. That one just seems to want to stay up a little bit. So what we're going to start off first is we're going to put our tombstones to the side for a minute. And what we're going to do first is it says that we secure all fences to the base and then to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this bent here, and this is what we're going to connect to our fences, right? So each one of the bottom of the fences are going to line up with this green line, right? So we're going to go do that. And we have one more green piece right here. This is what we what we put our tombstones on, so we'll get to that shortly. We have the sign done. I'm not sure how I want to secure the sign, so I'd really like to get it all put together. And my husband and I will make our final decision on the name, and we will have it all glued on for you on the next video. So let's go ahead and turn this over, and now that we have them bent over, we can lay them flat again, and they'll be really easy to put back. Since my double-sided tape is a 1/4 inch, it fits perfect on these edges. So we won't need to glue any of the fences on. I only use the glue on like really small pieces or something that I really think this double-sided tape is not going to work with. And that's very few things, but like the putting the letters and stuff on the gravestone, I can do it with double-sided tape. The only problem with that is that sometimes it comes through and then you have to rub it off, and it takes a little extra work. When I use the super glue, it allows me to do them perfectly. They're going to be a quick one. These ones cannot be put on quick. We have to make sure that we're putting them on securely. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this back over upside down. So because I know that when I come up, this is the outside, right? We want to get in between the two dotted lines because we're going to use those sections of the black to put the fences together, right? So right now we're just going to line them up with this line and let them sit on here, right? So now we've got one secure. Be careful not to pull your tape off any other sides while you're doing this. Okay, because if you rub the tape, it will come off. We will pull any tape left over showing off when we're done. Most of the time, we won't see that, right? So we need to make sure that we're in between the two dotted lines and that we're lined up on the other dotted line just right. And the thing about double-sided tape is if you get it down just a little bit off, you can adjust. Where with the super glue, you might not be able to have that extra second to do the adjusting. And so that's why I wanted to use the double-sided tape on these, because they will allow me to make adjustments as need be, as long as I don't put it down and make it solid until I'm sure it's where I want it to be. Okay, and this will make sure that we have these all lined up nicely for our graveyard. We're almost done here. Okay, so now that we've got this part done, we're going to do our sides, right? So what we need to do is we kind of need to find the first one, which is this one, right? And we need to kind of pull that up. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold our double-sided lines in. So now we have it in, right? So we know where this one, we want this one to line up correctly, right? So here's the thing. We're going to line up to this line, and then we're going to fold over onto that line. So what we need to do is we need to fold here, and since we're going to be wrapping on this side, right? So each side will wrap into the other. So this one's going to have to come in front of that one like that, okay? And then we'll move this one in front of this one, right? And make sure this one's in front of this one so that they come back and they tie together properly in the end. So we're going to move our gate, our sign, and now I'm going to double side both sides, right? I'm only going to put one side together at a time, but I'm going to get a good get both sides ready to go. So when I come up, right, I make sure this one is up properly, and I'm just going to go ahead and bend this one so when I pull it up, this has a place to go for a minute, okay? Because we're going to end up having that bent anyways. So what we're going to want to do is I'm going to have to pull this so I can see where I'm at. Okay, so here's my fold. So if I take this fold and I put this fold right up to the dotted line, I'll be able to fold it closed on each side, okay? So now we've got it closed on each side, and we have one part of our fence back together. Okay, so that's what we're doing with all of our fences. So this is going to take just a minute. Let's just get through getting these folded, right? And we know that this goes on the outside. So this is the one that we're going to want to tape. And I know this might be in your way, but I have to be able to see where I'm taping to make sure that we get a good secure tape. I try to make sure it is as close to one of the edges as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold our first one up. We're going to fold this back up. We have to come over here and fold this side. Remember, it's going to be pre-folded for us, but we will need that open shortly. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to do this again. We're going to line up our folded line to our other folded line, just like that. Okay? And then we can kind of make these so that they stick together a little bit better by pinching them. And now we can come to this side of the fence and we'll fold it in, and we're going to tape on this one and tape on this one. Okay, and once again we want to make sure that we fold this one in, right? Make sure you fold it on that double line so that's out of our way as we lift this one up. And this one's already folded. We're wanting to get the fold lines together. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them together and then we're going to pinch them closed, right? Because we got to make sure that the glue sticks to the glue, but we don't want it sticking to anything else, right? And so what did that do? Let's see. Let's get that back in place. Make sure that's in place. Okay. Once we get this one up, I think it will make a difference and it'll pull it all together. So let's get this final one here done. And I'm going to put this final one down and put the tape on it. So let's try to get the tape gun over here on this side. There we go. And we'll get the tape gun over on this side. Now remember, this is paper, so you can kind of move it around a little bit to make it pliable for what you're doing. And when you're all done, you'll get to be able to stabilize it, correct? So let's do what we did before. Let's fold this in. Make sure that we have a nice fold in. Make sure that this comes together on the side, and we will close them together, right? So now we have our graveyard. It's all put together. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. So our graveyard is done, right? We put it all together. And so all we have to do is we're going to put our tombstones on. So we're going to fold these each in different directions, okay? So that they stand. So what I want to do is I'm going to only do this half on this side, right? Stop there, flip it over, do the tape on this side, and only halfway. Stop there. So then, when we fold that under and this over, we can put our tombstone in, and it stays standing, see? See how that works? And let's get that lid. See that glue right there? That's just tape that you can roll off. And it'll come right off if you get a pair of tweezers and grab it. And there you go. It's gonna come off. Okay, well, it'll be off. There we go, got it. Okay, just didn't grab it hard enough. Okay, so we have a few other tombstones. So let's get this one in there. We're going to fold one way. We're going to fold the other way, right? Make sure that they come apart so they will fold each direction separately. So it goes that way. So what we want to do is we're going to put a little bit of tape on this side, right? Right here. On this side. Stop right there. We're going to flip it over and we're going to put a little tape on this side, right? And stop right there. So once you get used to if you have a tape gun, and once you get used to what direction your tape gun goes and how it works, you'll be able to know when you need to stop if you have a separate line to get to. So there's our second tombstone. I'm going to put this one kind of in the middle. So we're going to do the same on this one. And we're almost done. Look at that. with another pretty design for Halloween. I know I said pretty, but you know, kind of, I like to have kind of like a pretty scary. I'm not one that likes to be super, super scared. I want to kind of put this kind of a little bit at an angle so that I can get it on there. Okay, and then where do we want the others? Let's see. We've got a tall, kind of taller one here, so I'm going to balance out. Maybe, here we go. So let's balance our oops, wrong direction on the second one. Okay, let's get it right. Okay, there we go. So we're going to fold this in half, and like we did before, we're going to tape this side and we're going to stop right there. Then we're going to tape this side and we're going to stop right there. And if it's not completely across, it's going to be okay. Because this tape is very secure and very tight, I kind of want to put this one more up front like this. Kind of a mystery tomb. It doesn't have a name on it, so we've got 4 of our 5 tombstones on here. We're just going to be putting our last one on, and then I'll show you how simple this is to put it into our graveyard. So let's do our last tombstone. So what we need to do is do a little glue tape here, stop there. Put a little tape here, start here, and stop there. That way I'm not getting it across. Tape is only on the side that we need it. I think I did it backwards, but that's okay. And then let's put this one, let's make this one kind of this way. So it's a little different angle. Okay, and then once we're done, we can take our tombstones and drop them in the graveyard. And there, our graveyard is done. Now what we're going to probably do is we'll probably just take and put somehow, I'm probably going to just put it here so that it kind of connects right here and you'll see the graveyard. But I'm not sure if I want to do it that way or if I want to somehow get it some other way. So let me see how I'm going to put this on to our graveyard. But we do have our sign all colored up and glittered, and our graveyard fence looks very pretty and ornate. Kind of ornate looking for an ornate kind of fence, right? Because that's what our fence is. It's an ornate fence. Okay? So that's where we're at. So I want to thank you all. If you like this video, a thumbs up would be great. If you don't, a thumbs up down will be fine. Just leave us a comment in the comment section below and we'll be happy to answer. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section below. I'll be happy to help you. I do check on comments every day, so I hope to hear from you all soon. And then with if you want to be part of our Sunset Girl Creates and be part of one of those wonderful subscribers that we love so much, it would be great if you subscribe down below, and right next to the subscribe button is a little bell icon that will let you know every time I upload a video. So with that said, I want to thank you all for coming and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.